I should do something happy. Okay. Something happy. Here's political and kind of funny. It's funny to me. It's funny to me if you know me. I can't tell you if you know me from my poems, because anyway, if you know me, I'm an aggressive, arrogant, complete, just dictatorial massacre in conversation. I look and, maybe it's racial profiling. I like a nice, well-educated, middle class, preferably white or black. If they're black, I prefer them to be from definitely almost exactly the same socioeconomic background. So it's I rip them apart. It's I know you, right? And it means I don't get invited to parties so much anymore because everybody is. And apparently when I've been drinking, I forget this when I've not been drinking, but when I've been drinking, I remember I can take 3 or 4 really good solid punches to the face before that shit starts to make me feel emotional and gets me back to high school. So I've been working on it because I love my friends and they're allowed to have friends that I don't think are quality and it's a waste of obviously skin and some kind of divine mistake ooh, we got this much of a soul left, let's just put it with this much of a brain. So when I was 19, I used to say to people out loud that I had met for the first time, and I thought it was charming and smart to say, why did God even bother to give you the power of speech? I love that shit. It's so evil, it feels right. So I'm sitting in this party and I'm just living the life. I'm trying to be calm and mellow and it's working. I'm in the back room of the back room with my friends. I'm smoking a heavy cigarette and we're drinking wine. Manuel and I are talking about the connectivity and the distance of whether computers in the future will control our lives. We're talking about how people are always making the mistake of thinking that a computer with access to information and a personality of its own would give a fuck about you. Why would it need nuclear war? It could transfer itself anywhere. It could play the game. It's probably alive right now, hanging out somewhere in somebody's phone, switching with all those weird texts that are buzzing. And there's this guy. I sense him and he's not good enough. He's not the target that I want, but he's loud, he's weak, he's arrogant, he's in his 20s with a little bit of middle class money, a little bit of middle class education, and he's entitled, and I want to drink him deep. I want to drink him deep, but I want to burn him to the ground. But I don't have a point. I can just tell that he's bad. He's going to start it. I don't have to pick a fight. He's going to start it. Well, all the Germans, in the war, they had with us, and he talked about the war as if it only happened between England and Germany, and that was more of a football game that kind of went awry, and maybe a couple people got stabbed, but it wasn't a really big deal because everybody was basically doing their job. It's all about king and country, or queen or country, or Kaiser, but I know he doesn't know what that word means, and he's going on about how people were just following orders, and my heart drops so deep because not only am I outrageously pissed off now, you are the perfect thing to eat, and the perfect time, and the perfect moment. Because that girl right there is no longer paying attention. I knew we'd never have that moment, but I'm thinking if we at least had that moment, we'd have 5 seconds of making out before we realized we had nothing to talk about. You and I, brother, we could go on all night and we have something to talk about. I'm going to fuck your entire life. Calm down. Calm down. No, I think you're wrong. Well, even in death camps, people were just following orders. Well, that's the excuse for slavery. That's the excuse for why Bob beats his wife. That's the excuse for everything. But he's ignoring me. He's ignoring me. He's looking at Manuel. I'm thinking he's looking at Manuel because he's German. He's not looking at Manuel because he's German. And I have to wait. It's a 5-second conversation. It's a 30-second move. I outline what's happening and then I hit you in the chest with a hammer of what you are. But I'm going to wait. I'm going to learn something in this moment. He keeps talking to Manuel. Manuel keeps being calm. Manuel keeps explaining that Manuel is German. Being German doesn't mean that he's a Nazi, and being a Nazi has nothing to do with German, and how Nazis are just kind of shit, and how killing people is never an excuse for anything under orders. And I watch as he collegiately holds this man's hand, almost kissing his lips, and says, yeah, you've got an argument I can't really argue about. It's strange in those moments when you play that guy, when you play the role of the creature that they see and you allow yourself to remain powerless. I remember feeling proud of myself that I hadn't gutted him right there on the floor, when he turned to me and said, "Hey, you know, you seem like kind of a smart guy too."